On the far horizon of strange travel, there's no more bizarre a place than the jungles of Borneo. This is the world's oldest environment. For 1,000,000 years, the rainforest has been unchanged. But we're not here for the scenery. We're going to rediscover the lost world of Borneo's most notorious predator, the headhunter. For centuries, this land has been inhabited by the Dayak family of tribes. Today, they're basically a modern culture of rice farmers and pineapple growers. Some are Christian, others are more traditional, but they're a far cry from their headhunting ancestors of only a few generations back. As we start up the Headhunter Trail, we begin our trip in a traditional Dayak longboat. These boats are designed to squeeze through narrow passages or slide over shallow water. On the Metamit River, we come upon limestone formations that lead into the popular Wind Cave, entrance to a subterranean world that stretches 100 kilometers through the mountains. They're one of the discoveries along the Headhunter Trail that gives the rainforest an almost spiritual power. But as our trek moves from the water to the land, the dense forest seems to close in around us. You have to watch every step. Even the plants seem locked in a struggle for survival. Out here, it's easy to wonder how the old tribes could survive in this place. They did it by being very clever. The famous Borneo blowgun was the precision weapon of the day. Yes, it was also used to kill people. And yes, they really did use poison darts, usually a deadly tree sap or the skin secretions of the arrow frog. These things are pinpoint accurate and were state-of-the-art for bringing down prey or enemies. Despite the shade, it's incredibly hot, which is why some creatures keep cool during the day by only coming out at night. The massive deer cave in Mulu National Park arches 30 stories above our heads, and its walls teem with life. This is the sound of 2 million bats. Clinging to the ceiling, they wait for the light to fade. They gather in black whirlpools, then launch themselves into the forest to feed. Even more bizarre is seeing this odd spectacle against the profile of Abraham Lincoln, a natural formation of rock on the cave wall. We'll leave it to the poets to say what it all means. Because now we venture further upriver to the most remote reaches of the jungle. Deadly fish lurk on the river bottom, and even more terrifying creatures guard its banks. Though the sight of crocodiles is rare these days, they still inhabit thousands of places throughout the rainforest. We next leave the Metamit River to meet up with the Iban tribe at their home. And this is their home. It's called a longhouse for obvious reasons. It's a traditional structure that puts an entire village under one roof. A string of family dwellings is connected by a common hallway, which becomes their main social hangout. Life goes on here as in any rural community. There are kids, games, pets, ouch, and rice wine. This home-brewed moonshine is rude stuff, but they drink it by the gallon, and they love to share. The Iban love their food, music, and dancing as well, and we were treated to a little celebration hosted by the chief himself. It's a ceremony to bring together two tribes. It involves ritual food, traditional dance, and rice wine. At one point, a chicken is ritually bled. A feather is soaked in the blood and is then passed around. It's a way to say that everyone is now united by blood, just not people blood. Looking at these friendly folks, it's hard to believe their ancestors were the notorious headhunters of legend. Maybe it's the rice wine, but here in the Borneo jungle, it's easy to imagine what things might have been like in the days of their grandfathers.